Hi there, welcome back. So Wayne's doing the demo today. Now, you may have seen some of these molds in a couple of previous videos, but a couple of them you won't have seen. Look at this, seriously cute little teacup and saucer mold. Really, really gorgeous. We've never used this one before, so interested to see how that one turns out. We also have this. Now, this is a two-part mold, and it's a watering can. It was just... we saw them on the website and we thought, too cute to be not to get it. This one has already been turned inside out, and it's the home planter mould, which we've used in a previous video. If you haven't seen that, why not check out our playlist and you'll see it listed. We've also got one using this beautiful mould here, which is actually for a light. Going to use Arteza mica powders, some gold foil. Now, obviously, this isn't real gold, it's simulated. And look at this, some of the Valspar gold paint glitter. Now, this is produced by a company called Valspar. We're not sponsored, by the way, by any of the manufacturers that we will show you products for today. Valspar is it's a paint manufacturing firm or company. I believe it's available in the UK and also in the United States. I'm not sure about anywhere else in the world. But that glitter you're supposed to add, or you're supposed to be able to add to certain types of their paint to paint your walls and ceilings and things. But we thought we'd get it and try it in resin. And so far, we have used it before and it's had some great results. Now, jumping ahead a bit here, Wayne is applying some of this beautiful, I think it's the light gold mica powder by Arteza that he used, not the Aztec gold. And just using a dry bristle paintbrush just to apply it to the parts that he wants it to be on, and then cleaning it up there with a bit of a wet wipe or some isopropyl alcohol on a bit of kitchen roll and putting it through, obviously cleaning it up where he doesn't want it to be. But look at that, he's just turned it back in the right way round. Quick little clean up again job there. And look at that. It looks really cute. Oh, missed a bit, so just going back in again there. And then just a little bit more clean up. Look at that. It's really stunning. So this is the handle part for the watering can. And again, he's just putting a bit of mica powder in here and there where he wants it to go. And then he'll tap all these pieces. By the way, he did turn upside down onto some kitchen roll, give it a bit of a tap like he did there, just to get rid of any excess mica powder as well. And again, being very neat and tidy as he always is, and cleaning up as he goes. But look at that. Beautiful. Now, we believe these to be shiny moulds, so we should have a nice glossy finish to them as well. Watering can, same sort of procedure with the teacup. He's turning it inside out and he's going to apply a bit of mica powder here and there. Not everywhere, but just in certain places to bring out some of the design detail. Looks like he's trying to do the rose part of the watering can there. Right, and just making sure that he's got everything where he wants it to be in the way of the mica powders there. Again, tapping as he goes, cleaning it out a little bit, just to make sure, you know, that it is as near to the imagined view that it would be when it's finished, if that makes sense. So he's trying to fill in this beautiful heart. I mean, that's gorgeous. I didn't realise when we first looked at these moulds online that the teacup and saucer and the watering can both had the heart-shaped moulds on the front, or the heart-shaped detailed, which is also plays a part as the letter O in the word home on the planter mould, which you'll see soon. So, nice little feature there. So you could do them as a set if you wanted to. They'd make a gorgeous gift for Mother's Day. Nice little gift if you know somebody who likes these sorts of things for Valentine's Day maybe. Personally, I don't think Valentine's Day should just be one day of the year. I think, why not show this every day of the year? You know, your love and affection for somebody doesn't have to be a romantic affection. Could be, you know, a best friend. It could be an auntie, could be an uncle, could be a cousin, sister, brother, whatever. And it doesn't have to be a romantic partner that you do this for. It's just a nice little gift. So there we go. You can see Wayne, he's now, he's gone over the word home in the gold mica powder as well. Just cleaning up where he doesn't want it to be, where he doesn't want the mica powder to be. And he's just trying to see, look at that, the fine detail in there. So if you're not as controlled with hand movements, should we just say, as Wayne is, then you can always just pop a little bit of isopropyl alcohol on the end of a micro brush, which would work excellently with this, and then just go in with that instead, just to clean it up. There we go. So he's just finishing cleaning that up. Do you see what I mean about the heart? Doing the shape of it, representing the O in the letter, in the word home. And there he is. He's just going in with a bit of micro brush there. A bit more of a clean up. And then when he's completely happy with it, he'll move on to the next bit. There we go. So obviously something happening off camera that I can't see. My apologies. Normally I'd have edited this bit out, but didn't spot this bit. It looks like something's going on with some bit of electrical equipment, so apologies for that. Really ought to chop that bit out. But, you know, we're all human. We all have things that distract us sometimes in videos and stuff. Completely forget, get lost in the fact that you're filming. But I always think that's nice, because that shows in a lot of ways that you are just completely relaxed and absorbed in what you're doing. And talking of feeling that way, I just want to say hi to everybody who's watching this, whether you are a subscriber and you join us in the live chat for the premiere of this video, or whether you are watching it as a YouTube's recommendation. Sorry, pardon me with the throat. Still got a bit of a bad throat here, a bit of a tickly throat there. But it looks like, actually looking at this, that Wayne gave up with the way that he'd done it there for some reason, and then went back over again. No clue why. Apologies for that. But you can see the effect he's hoping it's going to have. He's turning the mould back inside the right way and just doing a bit of a clean up job there. Yes, so sorry, as I was saying, thank you for joining us. Hi to everybody in the live chat and the premiere of this video. Hi to everybody who's watching us anyway. Thumbs up to all our subscribers. Thanks for coming back and watching us again. We really appreciate it. If you aren't a subscriber, why not subscribe to our channel? It's free to do so. And we upload 3 times a week, Wednesdays, Fridays and Sundays, 5 PM UK time. Right, so here we go. He's moved on to the one part of the mould for the lights. These beautiful, beautiful lights. Now, I'm saying lights, but when you see the finished bit, you don't have to have them as lights. You could have them as the apothecary style jars and bottles if you wanted. But we think they look gorgeous as lights. So we're just going to put some little battery operated thin sort of mini string lights in them. And you'll see the effect at the end. And the beauty shots, as I call it. So here we go. He's just turning the bulb part, or the shade part, not the bulb part, the shade part of the mould, of the light. And there we go. Just a little tip there. If you're using mica powder, use it over a piece of kitchen towel or a little bit of greaseproof perhaps, or regular paper. And then any of the mica powder that comes off and is excess, you can just pick it up then off the paper and just pour it back into the bottle. There we go. So he's just picked up a second one because we're making 2 of these. We're not repeating the same process. Well, we're repeating the same process, but it's not the same mould. It is a different mould because we're making 2 of the lights. So these will be available as part of the spring or spring-summer collection that we will be launching sometime in March. Haven't got a definite date for you yet. From our website, so you will be able to purchase it. We do a limited number. Not everyone is exactly the same, obviously, because these are not produced in vast quantities, factory line, produced. They are made by hand. As you can see, every piece that we put up for sale on our website or sell at craft fairs is handmade and hand finished. So, bear that in mind when you're looking at them. And yeah, so just all made with love and affection. So Wayne is happy with what he's done so far. He's just doing his last little bit of cleanup there. Do love the colour of this gold. It's very much a light gold, and I can see those little bits of sparkle happening. So here's some resin. This is regular epoxy resin. It's Tea Expert. It just happens to be our brand of choice currently. 1-to-1 mixing ratio, as per the instructions on the manufacturer's label on the bottle. Please ensure you do read that before using it so you get the right quantities and the right mixing ratio. Also make sure you take all the recommended PPE precautions when it comes to using this kind of product. So a respirator mask, work in a well ventilated area, wear the gloves. As you can see, Wayne's wearing black nitrile gloves, and he also wears a respirator mask. So he's adding in some of this gold leaf or faux gold leaf flake into the resin and then stirring it in. It breaks down a bit, so be mindful of that. Don't add ever such a lot at once. Add it a bit at a time and then just stir it in gradually. Some of these clips, by the way, have been sped up, and that's just because this video is already 22, nearly 23 minutes long in length, and that's long enough. So here he goes with his gorgeous glitter. Look at it. Now, something to bear in mind, a little of this glitter goes a very long way. Can you see what it's doing there? It's just dispersing across the surface and just gently stirring it in, and then a little bit faster, having a look, checking to see, is there enough glitter there? No, there wasn't, so he's adding a little bit more in. We are. And there we go, just stirring it in. Now, we bought this glitter, the Valspar glitters, direct from our B&Q, or I think they call it Home Depot in the States, because they stocked it. We just happened to see it when we were in there looking for some paint supplies, actually, for our home. And I don't know if you can buy it online through Amazon. I'm not sure, but, we'll see what links we can provide for you. So here we are. Wayne's gently just pouring the resin. He was happy with the amount of glitter, and he's carefully pouring it into the first of the moulds, which is the home planter mould. So as I said, why not check out our playlist? You can see where we've used the home planter mould before and the lights, but we've definitely not used the watering can or the teacup and saucer before. So on the surface of that mould as well, you'll have seen before he poured in the resin, there's a little plug, and the reason for that is it creates a hole, a permanent hole in the base. Obviously, if you don't want that, you don't have to include that on there. And all it's doing is so it can actually be used as a proper little mini planter, which would be nice. So if you grow cactus or little mini succulents, then that'd be a good idea to have. So now he's filling up the watering can, and as you can see, he poured in a little bit, and then it's a bit of a squidge. Squidged bits of the mould, like the rose and so on. The idea of that is so that it encourages any little air bubbles that might become trapped in those details to come up to the surface and disperse, because you don't want any little air pockets, because if you get little air pockets that cure in resin, they will end up being a hole and, not attractive. So now he's filled up the handle, clearing up a little bit of overspill as he goes. Careful you don't over pour on this one, because then you'll have to trim it up, and then it could, could have a detrimental effect on the finished piece. Now he's doing the saucer of the cup and saucer. Takes hardly any resin. Looks lovely with those few little bits of gold leaf. And now in with the cup itself. There we go. So the handle on this one isn't separate. It's all in one mould on this part. So again, there you go. You can see he's giving it a bit of a squidge. A bit of a squidgy widgy. We are. And just pulling it open slightly just to make sure that it's all getting in there as it needs to. And then finishing, topping it up gradually, little bit by little bit. By all means, decant your resin into a smaller container, and if you feel that you'll have then more control over pouring it into these moulds. Now, this is the first of the light moulds, and this is the top. Now, this top will screw in, and all he's done is exactly what he did with the other two moulds, where he's poured a little bit in, given it a bit of a squidge to disperse any trapped air bubbles, and then topped it up. So there we go, look, a little bit of squidge, and then topping it up to the top. Now, once we have filled all the moulds, we do give them a bit of a spritz over the surface with some isopropyl alcohol, just to make sure that any surface bubbles that are there are got rid of. It will get rid of it straight away. Also, babysit these for about 15-20 minutes or even half an hour on occasion, nipping back to them just to make sure that there's no other bubbles. If you get any more little bubbles come up, give them another spritz with some alcohol. So this is the following day, and this is the home mould. Now, have any of you who have watched our previous video using this mould spotted the rookie error? Yeah. Wayne forgot to put it in its wooden frame, therefore when it has cured, it's got a bit bowed. However, because it's done it equally, it actually doesn't look bad. There, it's just flicked. He's just managed to get that little stopper out the bottom there. Yeah, he did say to me, look, uh-oh. So I said, okay, pop it back in the mould, pop it in its wooden frame, and we'll see what happens. Well, it's fully cured. At the point that this video goes out, it has now fully cured, and it is still showing as being a little bit bowed on the inside of the two longer sections. But to be honest with you, it doesn't detract from it, and it looks like it's supposed to be like that, so we will sell it like that. So here's the handle to the watering can. Let's just demold this bit. There we go. Look at how lovely and gold that mica powder is. Wow. Do love a bit of gold, you know. Right. So that's that part. It does need a tiny bit of shaving down, but it's up to you if you leave it as is, or if you decide to just sand it down very, very lightly. Now, demolding the watering can. Look at that. As I said, although this is 24 hours later, they're still a little bit soft because it's very cold over here currently, so everything is taking longer to cure. Look at that. Absolutely. Yes, the S word is coming. Stunning. Wow. The rose, because he's done gold mica on the rose and the handle. Just absolutely beautiful. If you don't know what the rose is, it's the top of the watering can, which looks like it should have lots of little holes in it. In real life, yes, they would do, because that's where it sprinkles the water from. There's the saucer, looking very, very cute. And here goes with the cup. Now, he did say these are thin moulds, so go careful when you're demolding, but they are also very easy to demold. Thank goodness. Yep, so this one's still a little bit soft as well, but it's not tacky to the touch, and it will reshape, or you can just carefully just reshape it. But look at that. Oh my God, the little diddiest of cups of tea. So you could use this and also the watering can as a mini planter as well. So you'd have the home oblong shaped planter, the watering can, and also the teacup and saucer. I mean, a gorgeous set for anybody. Now, he's going to apply using Star Bond, which is an activator glue, or you could use super glue or whatever glue you're happy to use to glue the handle on. Now, do make sure you glue it on the right way round, the right way up on the watering can. This one, you literally just put it together and it will be fixed within a matter of moments. And there you are. That is permanently on now. Look at that. I do love that with all that gold leaf. Stunning. He did also tell me, and he added in about 3 or 4 drops of clear PVA glue, Elmer's glue some people use, but we just use regular clear PVA glue, just to make sure that the to see what effect it would have on the gold flake, try and stop it from sinking. But to be honest with you, we're not sure whether or not it's had much of a difference, but we're very, very pleased with the outcome of how this lovely little teacup and saucer look, and also the other pieces. So here we go. He's just demolding the tops of the lights. So these have got a screw thread on them. It's very, very clever. I'm always amazed by the moulds when they do this. And there's the top with that solid mica colour at the very top. And here we go with the other one. Now, of course, these have got an outline in the very, very top of them where you can drill through to make a hole, because you can have these suspended if you wish. Now, Wayne does drill through the hole, but at the end shot, it's very, very difficult to display them nicely when they're hanging and making sure they're not moving and so on. So you'll have to forgive us, we haven't hung them up to give us the final shot. But there we go. So you screw them in and they look like that. Now he's on to the second one. We are. He did say that one is a bit clearer than the other, but I really love it. I love it's just, they're stunning. Really, really stunning, these lights. Got to make them in lots of other colours as well. Look at that. So as I said, this will be launching as part of our spring-summer collection, probably sometime in March. Available to purchase. Now he's going to get rid of, there's a solid piece of resin in that handle. You can just leave it there if you want. You don't have to do what we're doing. And he's got a very, very fine drill bit on a little handheld drill. Battery operated handheld drill, Now, careful of your fingers, very, very careful, and a slow speed. And he's just drilling a few little holes just near the edge of the handle, in and around it, and then he's going to take an X-Acto knife. So unless you're really confident using this kind of equipment, I would skip this stage completely, because it's not necessarily required. And then he'll go in with the X-Acto knife and he'll just pick out the remaining bits of resin. So very carefully there, picking out the remaining bits of resin, which is what he's doing there. Obviously take your time, it's a very sharp blade. Careful when you're using things like this, please be careful. Obviously, as I said before, if you're not 100% confident using these kinds of things, then just skip this bit completely. And we have just sped up this little bit, this last bit of this preparation that you can see here. There we go. He's just being extra specially careful. There, just removing all the remaining parts. He's very confident using these kinds of tools as well. I don't think I would be. I'd end up cutting myself if I had to use the X-Acto knife like that. But look at that. See, all gone, lovely. And the cup's so cute. So these are the two top parts of the lights, and you can just about see an outline of a circle there. Now that is where, if you're thinking of being able to hang these lights up, which of course you can do, that's when you would go take a drill like Wayne's doing here now, demonstrating to us, and getting rid of that central piece, that little hole. He's got to make a hole big enough so that you can put a little hook through it, or suspend it on some chain or some pretty ribbon. I mean, I'm just thinking, because our days are longer, thank goodness, we're getting back a bit of daylight over here in the UK. I'm already thinking to the milder spring, summer evenings or warmer evenings, and you could have these suspended as lights underneath a parasol in your garden, or if you're lucky enough to have a pergola or a gazebo perhaps. Look absolutely stunning. So here's the two final shots for you, the beauty shots. If you've joined us today and you're still here with us at the end of this video, thank you ever so much for watching, for liking, sharing and subscribing. Let all your friends know. And yeah, as I said, details of this will be coming on our website, available to purchase. Website is launching towards the end of this month, January, with existing things that you might have seen in previous videos. Take care, everyone. Happy crafting, and we will see you again very, very soon. Bye-bye.